Hey there, this is Henrik from the OrchestralTools Symphonic Sampling project, and what you hear is our new adaptive legato system for Berlin strings. And we put a lot of work, ideas and innovations into the scripting and the sample recordings. And I think the result is a very easy, flexible and intuitive tool to play legato lines in a more realistic and convincing way. There are 3 different legato types combined in this instrument. The first one is the slurred expressive legato. Then the agile legato, which reacts more defined, fast and subtle. And the fast runs. And the good thing is, depending on your playing speed, it chooses the legato which fits best to the actual situation. For example, it simply doesn't make sense to play a very fast line with pretty slow legato transitions and vice versa. Here's a short example, by the way, without using any key switches on it. The next level of the adaptive legato system are the bow strokes. As we need a mod wheel or any other CC controller for dynamics, velocity is used to express which bow stroke intensity you want to choose. We recorded 3 different types for Berlin strings. So we have soft attacks, immediately attacks, and accented attacks, as you can see here in the middle of the main knob. To have different bow stroke intensities is also something I really miss in all the other libraries I had before, and I think it's super useful. So you have fully control over the attacks, and beside that you are also able to choose between regular and portamento legato depending on how you play this patch. If you choose a very high velocity within a phrase, a portamento will be triggered. Now, the next level of our adaptive legato system is a completely automatic process. We address the phenomenon which all of us know from real string performances. The faster the musicians play within a string section, the more blurred the intonation will turn out. And we decided to capture this effect with real sample recordings and to integrate it in an adaptive way depending on your playing speed. This display will inform you about adaptive intonation. And I think, especially on the fast runs, it really works wonders. All in all, this patch is inspired by a real string section. It reacts similar to it and it uses a very archaic handling to control it. That makes it easy to use and far more realistic than using a regular legato patch for everything. But to be honest, there is one thing the adaptive legato engine can't do for you. It can't look into the future. That means there are a small number of situations where you need to tell the script if the tempo changes immediately. Here's a short example. The first transition is from the slurred expressive legato zone. So the script chose this transition because the first note was a long note. But as you can see here, every legato zone has its own controller key switch, and in these few situations you can tell the script to choose a specific legato type for the next transition. So if you want, you can bypass the automatic adaptive system to have the full control over it. But I would say for the most situations, the script chooses the best available option for you. We put a lot of work into the tweaking of the legato patches. We fit all the transitions manually to the sustains to get most of it out and to make it as fluid as possible, of course. But with all its techniques and the huge amount of samples, especially with all the interval transitions in one patch, it is pretty much straightforward, and you will probably recognize the computer resources which will be used to run this all in a single patch. So we decided to integrate these solo buttons to save computer resources, or if you prefer individual patches for the different legato types, you can solve that with these buttons as well. If you activate it, all the scripts and samples from the other legato zones will be purged and unloaded, and that really makes a difference on your computer resources. I hope you enjoyed the screencast, and you can find more information about burden strings on our project website at orchestraltools.com. So thanks for watching, bye bye.